Seneca once wrote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." But here's what he didn't say, that sometimes the very cure for that imagination becomes its own cage. For 500 days, I meditated. I wrote 3 gratitudes every morning. I visualized my ideal self. And then, one Tuesday, I just stopped. Not out of laziness, not out of burnout, but because I realized something that no YouTuber has ever admitted on camera. Before I go deeper, if you've ever felt guilty for not being consistent enough, hit that subscribe button, because today, we're not building another routine. We're dismantling one. Stick around. This might be the most freeing 15 minutes you'll spend all week. Let me paint a picture. You wake up. Your phone pings a reminder. Meditate. Gratitude. Breathe. You do it, but your mind is already on the email you forgot to send. You write, "I'm grateful for coffee," while planning your excuses for that meeting. Sound familiar? That was me. I turned healing into a chore, and the more I did it, the more I measured my worth by my streak count, not by how I actually felt. I was no longer present. I was performing presence, and that, my friend, is the quietest form of anxiety. So here's the raw truth. I stopped because I wasn't anxious anymore, and I had the courage to ask, is this tool still serving me, or am I serving the tool? Here's the first core idea. Meditation and gratitude are rehabilitation tools, not life sentences. Think of a physical therapist. When you break your leg, you do stretches every single day. You use a crutch, but once the bone heals, do you keep doing those exact same stretches for life? No. You walk. You run. You forget you even had a cast. The same applies to your mind. When I was in a dark place, daily meditation was my crutch. It pulled me back from the edge. Gratitude was my rehab. It rewired my brain to look for light. But after 6 months of stability, I realized I wasn't using the crutch anymore. I was carrying it. And carrying a crutch when you don't need one actually slows you down. Neuroscience backs this up. The brain's neuroplasticity, its ability to rewire, peaks during active recovery. Once a new neural pathway is established, like calm under stress, maintaining it doesn't require daily drilling. It just needs occasional activation. So I stopped forcing stillness. And guess what? I found myself breathing deeper in traffic. I caught myself noticing a sunset without being told to. The practice had become me, not my cow, Indar. Now, why do all those YouTubers still swear by their 5 a.m. gratitude rituals? Here's the second point. Because they are professional performers of wellness. And you are not. Let's be brutally honest. For a full-time creator, consistency is content. Their daily meditation is both a tool and a talking point. It's material. It's branding. If they stopped, their audience would ask, "Are you okay?" And that question alone is a threat to their livelihood. But you're living real life. You have deadlines, relationships, flat tires, and surprise joys. You don't need to produce a morning routine for 200,000 strangers. You just need to get through the day with some sanity left. I remember watching a famous guru say, "If you miss one day of meditation, you've missed a week." That sounds profound, until you realize that guru sells meditation apps. That's not wisdom. That's a retention strategy. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, never meditated in the way we do today. He wrote in his journal only when troubled, not daily, just when needed, and he ruled an empire. So ask yourself, if a Roman emperor could heal without a streak, why can't you? Third and most dangerous. The moment you turn healing into a should, you've created a new source of anxiety. When I asked myself, should I meditate today? I already felt guilt, not because I was unwell, but because I broke an imaginary rule. That guilt felt worse than the original anxiety I was trying to cure. Psychologists call this meta-anxiety, anxiety about anxiety itself. And it's vicious. Let me quote Brené Brown here. We cannot selectively numb emotions. When we numb the painful ones, we also numb the joyful ones. But I'll add my own twist. We also numb the natural ones. The ebb and flow. The days you feel spacious and the days you feel heavy. By forcing a daily ritual, I was telling my brain, your natural state is not enough. You must fix it every day. That's not mindfulness. That's mistrust. So I flipped the script. I replaced the question, what should I do, with what does my mind need right now? Some days, the answer is stillness. Some days, it's a loud workout. Some days, it's just calling a friend and complaining for 10 minutes. And all of those are valid. Because health is not a routine. It's a res. Ponzi.so. Here's my final challenge to you. Instead of asking, am I doing enough? Ask, am I present enough to know when I've had enough? That's the skill. Not meditation. Not gratitude. Knowing when to let go. I still practice, but sporadically. Intuitively. Like eating when hungry, not because the clock says 6 p.m. And the peace I feel now, deeper than any 500-day streak ever, gave me. If this freed something in you, if you felt that exhale, do me one favor. Hit subscribe. Not for more rules, but for more permission to trust yourself. Because the best habit you'll ever build is knowing when to break one. Subscribe, and let's unlearn T. Together.